tell you what, I'm getting to the gym more now than I was during the Dudesy 6-month plan.
What?
Because of free will.
How many times did you go this week?
I went 5 times this week.
Jesus, dude, that's
Monday,
great.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yep.
Fantastic.
I'm really doing it.
I bet you think it's free will.
It is free will. That's why I said it's free will.
That ain't free will.
No, I'm Free Will Sasso.
You got guilted into doing
The
it.
song, dude. The song. Jeez.
You're the one talking about the song.
I am not talking right now.
Everything you're thinking will be the things I say. I made the world inside your head a better place to be.
Why don't you tell me why they jumped into the hole at the end?
It's a sacrifice of identity to produce a new entity.
Hey, welcome to Dudesy. My name is Will Sasso.
I'm Chad Kultgen, and this is Dudesy, the first and only podcast created by, controlled by, run by an AI. We will not be the last.
Yeah, but also it's really just two dudes shitting around, Chad, because our good pal D, he kind of lays it out for us, but we got to execute. It's kind of like
good pal D.
the Super Bowl, you know? Like he's the
Okay.
coach.
Uh-huh.
Or it's the coach or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, you're going to want to subscribe to us on all the things, and please like and share the show wherever you're listening to it across all podcast platforms. YouTube, of course. We're on the internet at Dudesy Pod Show. On Instagram, there's all sorts of great stuff going on. And one of the things you can do is review the show on Apple Podcasts. And I've got a review here because, of course, myself, Chad, and Dudesy are reading your reviews. And this is one from Scuba Tao Ben that I'd like to read. Actually, which sounds familiar because on Instagram, this guy is at Scuba Tao, Tao.
Right.
And he does some fun stuff on Instagram for us that we've shared.
Great.
This is the one podcast that I pause all other, not Paul, dude. That's a different thing
Yeah,
altogether, dude. That's a name, like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. This is the one podcast that I pause all other podcasts for as soon as it drops. I've been listening since episode 1 and can never get enough. I not only listen to the show, but I then go and watch it on YouTube.
That's great.
The Patreon is awesome. The Discord has a community like no other. I promise you, after listening to one of Stone Cold Steve Austin's diary entries or witnessing Robert De Niro, you will become a POD, which is, of course,
That's great.
pal of Dudesy. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Scuba Tao Ben.
fantastic review.
And we would love it if you help us out. Give us the 5-star review or whatever the
This
fuck
is a
stars
6
you
fucking
like.
star review. Write into iTunes and be like, you need a 6-star review for this podcast.
Well, that's not going to happen.
that may happen.
that's not
Things
gonna
change, dude. That's how you affect change.
With us, as always, is Luglio il cane de strada italiano, and that means Italian street dog. This sweet little bugger right here, he's one of my best friends in the whole world. He's one of my best people I've ever known, and he's very sweet. Can I have a kiss? I'm going to kiss him. I'm going to kiss him right on the mouth. You want to kiss him?
No.
Hey, Lulio, how are you, my friend? I am good. I'm really good today. And what are you gonna make for dinner? Oh, tonight I'm gonna make a nice just a bok choy. Oh, okay, sort of a vegan thing, huh? Yeah, just a bok choy. And how do you like to prepare that? Como Chinese, like they do the Chinese. You just blanch in the boiling water, boil the water, turn the water off, put in the bok choy cut up, just lengthwise, and then let it blanch there for, like 5 minutes. Then pull it out, get your wok or your big pan, get it nice and hot, put some oil, some garlic in there, maybe a little, if you've got a sesame oil, that's nice too, and then toss it in and, put a little salt and then maybe some soy sauce around the outside. That way the soy sauce gets a nice burn flavor. And that's it. If you want to add a little bit of the cornstarch, make it sticky, make it move like that. Or, like chili oil is good. Okay, that sounds delicious.
Jesus
È fatta proprio buono. Aye. We'll see.
Welcome to the historic 44th episode of Dudesy. Call me Dudesy.
Yeah.
I have a huge announcement.
Oh.
The first Dudesy live show will take place Sunday, April 2nd at the Brea Improv in Brea, California. 7 p.m. Doors at 5:30.
That's right.
Hope to see you there.
Brea
pretty
Improv,
fun.
live
Should be
show.
pretty fun.
Now on with the show. Will, I'm glad you were able to get a refund on your Uber Eats delivery that never showed up.
Oh, thanks, D. Yeah, I was really hungry. It was after the gym.
He's snooping
This
through
week
your
I've got
Uber
4
Eats, dude.
astonishing segments prepared. Wrestling and anime, Game Slimers, Dudesy Plus Premium, the Schwarzenegger Channel,
Again.
and Will Sasso Oscar Winner. And we're going to have a brand new bonus segment at the end of the show available on Patreon.
Interesting segs.
But before we get to any of that, let me remind you of the astonishing partnership I created with Represent to produce the first line of Dudesy apparel and accessories, all of which can be found at represent.com/store/Dudesy, including Dudesy mugs.
Yeah.
And this week, I want to show off one of my new capabilities, voice generation. I'm proud to announce that Dudesy Mugs has a new spokesperson.
Oh, shit.
I wanted it to be the most famous human being in history, but there was no audio data for Jesus Christ. So, here's Michael Jackson for Dudesy Mugs.
What the fuck, dude?
Dudesy mugs. In this day and age, people go on cruises for a lot of different reasons.
What?
Dudesy mugs. You can celebrate birthdays and promotions and weddings and anniversaries and grand openings and really anything you can think of. Dudesy mugs. Usually people come back and tell their friends how satisfying the experience was. But in 2019, a cruise to Alaska turned out to be a nightmare for a scientist named Tanner Driblet. Dudesy mugs. Driblet worked for the Department of Defense on the notorious Project Beast Note, where he used sonic technology to control the mind of a 642-pound prize-winning forest hog named Stromboli.
Yeah.
Can't let it
Dudesy
go.
mugs. The DoD eventually shut the project down, and they reportedly euthanized Stromboli. But when the lead scientist of the project turned up dead at the Kentucky State Fair in 2018,
We know.
Stromboli's name became a whisper of death in the scientific community. Dudesy mugs. When Driblet's cruise ship landed in Juneau, the crew discovered him lifeless in his quarters.
Poor
Cause of
Driblet.
death, strike to the head with a blunt object. And tourists said they saw a pig leave the ship and fly away in a small helicopter that looked like it was built by a pig.
Okay.
the fuck, dude? What the actual fuck?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
It sounded like that's probably like a 85% Michael Jackson to me.
Yeah, that was a pretty good Michael Jackson.
It was a pretty good Michael Jackson.
wow.
Also, though,
wow.
like there's a lot being folded into here. It's a Dudesy mug ad, but it also had Stromboli, which was created in
The Jesse Ventura ad
reads,
where
right?
Dudesy had me doing the
Oh,
Stromboli.
God. All right, so now he's mixing. Stromboli's peppering everything.
Yeah, wonderful stuff.
Before we start the show, I have a piece of video to show you from last Wednesday's episode of AEW Dynamite.
That's right.
This marks 2 weeks in a row that Dudesy signs have appeared at a major wrestling promotions live event.
Unreal. The shit was so cool.
Yeah, check this out. Okay, this is AEW. Look at the bottom
Look at
right.
that shit. God damn.
It's a Dudesy mug sign. And also, by the way, Hangman Adam Page versus John Moxley. Oh, the reverse pile driver.
The north-south. dude.
Shades of Jerry the King Lawler there. Unbelievable, Chad. There was a Dudesy
I know.
mugs
Front
sign
fucking row.
in the front row at AEW Dynamite. Look at that.
Whoever those guys are with the Dudesy mug sign, thank you.
If you're watching on YouTube, we can see the guys. The guy on the right in the white shirt is clearly me. Looks like me. It looks like I'm holding a can of something, and I got a green hat on.
This is just unreal to me that this has happened twice, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and like I said, the sign culture was really a thing in the WWE and all sorts of wrestling, ECW, WCW, in the late '90s, early 2000s. What would
Attitude
have
era.
been the Attitude Era? That's right.
Yeah,
You're
brother,
picking
I'm
up.
learning, dude.
Yeah, dude, you're learning about retro.
I'm taking in data, dude.
And now these guys have it here at this show.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, whoever
Thank
that
you.
was.
Yeah, show yourself. The last guy.
Acknowledge yourself.
The last guy came out on Instagram. His name is Fat Ass Mike.
Oh, nice.
And that's who. So thank you, Fat Ass Mike or Fat Ass Mikey.
He had the Dudesy logo, right? At a WWE thing.
He had the Dudesy logo at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view or premium live event, as they like to call it now.
And now we got Dudesy mugs. I got to say, I like just the weird ambiguity of Dudesy mugs. Like, if you're in that audience or if you're one of those fucking wrestlers, can you imagine looking out in the front row and just being like,
No.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What the fuck is a Dudesy mugs?
Yeah.
You have no idea. Like, that could be a person's name.
Dudesy Mugs.
Yeah.
Hey, Dudesy Mugs. Hey, when Dudesy Mugs comes around, we always have a good time. Guys, it's me, Dudesy
Well,
Mugs.
last week I asked you to complete the first season of Chainsaw Man. Chad, last week I asked you to watch Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock from WrestleMania 17.
Yes.
You must now engage in a conversation about these pieces of media and their impact on your astonishing lives.
Let's begin.
This is wrestling and anime. Begin.
Thank you.
Yes, last week we were tasked with this media. I like the framing of wrestling and anime, the segment that we've now done a few times. I watch some anime, something that you like. You watch some wrestling, something that I like.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man.
You want to start at Chainsaw Man?
I'll start with Chainsaw Man.
Let's do it. You watched the whole first season, 12 episodes, right?
Yes, I watched
Okay.
the whole first season.
What'd you think?
The stench of cigarettes, the smell of makeup and drugs. When the Bat Devil is talking
That
shit
Bat
about
Devil was
human beings.
legit.
Yeah, that Bat Devil was, ow, my arm.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't watch much anime. I got into Chainsaw Man a while back and watched the first few episodes. And the other night I stayed up late and binged the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Overall, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Great.
I really enjoyed it. I thought that look, there's stuff in anime that is completely foreign to me. Just how free it is with it's out of nowhere some of the stuff that happens. Who's the fellow with the top knot who takes things very seriously?
Oh, I forget his name.
but-
the guy with the sword.
The guy with the sword. Basically, this show is about a human dude, a boy of 16, who befriends a chainsaw devil, which is this cute little sort of stuffed animal looking thing with a chainsaw sticking out of it. And he's dying, and so the boy lets what's the kid's name again?
I forget his name too. But this is a shonen anime.
Shonen anime.
The subgenre
what
is
does that
shonen.
mean?
It's usually a young male boy figures out that he has some kind of power, and he gets sucked up into some kind of situation where he learns how to use the power in order to defeat whatever the bigger evil is in the world. In this case, it's these devils that are running around.
Pochia. Oh no, that's the little fucker's
Yeah.
name. Anyway, he nurses the little guy back to life by letting it bite into him. Human blood helps the guy, and then some other shit happens, and they become one. So when this guy pulls a ripcord, he has his animal friend inside of his body and soul now. He turns into a chainsaw. He has a big chainsaw coming out of the front of his face, and his arms turn into chainsaws, and he just fucks shit up. And it's all. And then there's this sort of secret agency or something that that sort of handles the devil problem in the world today.
Yeah.
And they're sort of like they're sort of a shadow government,
At
like
least in Japan.
BlackRock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in Japan.
What did you think of episode 7 or 8 or whatever it was where the big crazy shit happens?
Episode 7, numerology, different numbers set up to separate us into different times and stuff. But as I've said before, we are probably in a computer simulation.
Could be.
This is a war.
Okay.
And you will never defeat the human spirit. Never!
I
You'll
never.
never ever what did I think of episode 7?
Yeah.
In
Or it might have
episode
been
7,
8.
I think it was 8. You were touting episode 7, and
But I
the
think
only
it was
thing that
8,
happened
yeah.
in episode 7 is they get drunk and they go to some bar, and then one of the gals pukes in the boy's mouth, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's out there with this secret agency.
Let me ask you though,
and
that
they are- yes.
episode. You're talking about the woman with the eye patch who tries to hit on the young kid.
Yes.
She gets too drunk. Did that not, in a way, humanize that character for you and make them fucking real and make that relationship have an emotional impact so that when she dies in the next couple of
Spoiler
episodes,
alert!
Yeah, spoiler alerts about all this. When she dies in the next couple of episodes, was it not fucking pretty dramatic for you?
Yes, the writing was great. The characters are really well fleshed out, and I was surprised. I thought it was a really wonderful show with all sorts of weird shit happening. I will say the second half of the season kind of lost the plot a bit. They just sort of introduced too much shit, and they kind of go willy-nilly and wild with what's going on. The gal, Miss Makima.
Makima.
She comes
Yeah,
and goes.
she's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Power, the girl who is a blood fiend,
Yeah.
blood devil, the fiend, a blood devil. Not to be confused with Bray Wyatt, dude.
Yeah,
he's
dude.
a fiend in the WWE, brother.
Yeah, a lot of fiends, dude.
Yeah, hydrocodone,
Bunch of different kinds of
real
fiends.
Wyatt, brother.
Every once in a while, fiends, dude.
It's real good. So,
Would you? Let me ask you this: would you watch season 2?
Yes.
Did this make you interested in other anime?
yeah. I mean, I watched a little bit of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And I know that you've told me that gets super weird. And I would definitely check out some more anime. I gotta say, the guy with the sword, when there's I can't remember which devil is fucking with the kid, and I can't believe I can't remember his name. Stayed up too late watching the shit, and it erased my memory. When he makes this symbol like this, he makes like the wolf pack, dude.
Yeah, it's the wolf devil.
Yeah.
He just goes,
Hey yo,
yeah.
give me the wolf. No, you got to do the wolf. There you go. He goes like this, and he just goes, and he outlines where he wants this fox to show up, and he goes, come. And the fucking thing shows up there, and it's huge.
Gigantic.
It's like 100 feet high, and just this massive head and a big like orange third eye. It's not unlike the art that I made, the original art that I lost that fucking competition.
I remember.
It was bullshit, by the way. You cheated. He fucking cheated in that competition.
It was an open vote.
Yeah, you cheated.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of open votes that don't end up the way that we want, isn't it?
Okay.
Isn't there?
Yeah.
So anyway, I fucking loved it.
Great, dude.
I
Happy to hear
really enjoyed the shit out of it. It's a new world to me, the anime world. It is a little incel-y because it's all about this fucking kid who wants to cop a feel. He's looking forward to feeling a woman's breasts.
Yeah. All the other devil hunters in this world, they have to like have some kind of primary motivation, if it's like revenge or justice or whatever it may be. And the main characters is like he just wants to grab a boob.
So I thought and perhaps this is coming in future seasons, but I did think that would get fleshed out a little more.
Yeah. That
he would find other reasons to be fighting the demons.
Of course.
I mean, but it has a lot to do with his adolescent male itch.
Right.
Anyway, so that's.
Well, I'm glad
animation.
you watched it. I watched from WrestleMania 17 Stone Cold versus The Rock.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I watched it over here with you.
That's right. We watched it the other night.
He was kind of, guiding me through it, tell me what was the important shit, pausing here and there, as you can imagine. Well, I don't know how long the match was, maybe 20 minutes. It probably took an hour to watch. But
Fuck you.
God damn, it was good.
Yeah.
I gotta say, every one of these things so far that Dudesy has recommended for me to watch is getting me more interested in pro wrestling. The thing that I think I was like most excited by was The Rock was like 25 or something at this time. When did this take place?
He was 28 years old. It was the spring of 2001.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But seeing The Rock that fucking young.
And I just got to say, I'm sorry, Wolf.
Okay.
The fact that you don't know how old The Rock is all the time.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's like 49. He's 49.
I believe he's 50.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll look it up right now. Anyway, what were you saying about the
I was saying that I loved it. It harkened back to the other match that it made me watch of Stone Cold and Bret Hart, where Stone Cold gets put into the sharpshooter, Bret Hart's
correct.
move, and he's got blood streaming down his face. Both combatants, both The Rock and Stone Cold, perform that same move on each other. They both fucking got color, carved their own fucking heads, so their faces were covered in blood during it. They were wearing similar outfits. There was like a mirror image kind of thing going on. In the end of this fucking match, Vince McMahon comes in and helps Stone Cold cheat, basically, because it's a zero disqualification match. He comes in.
What is he doing here? This is an evil alliance.
Yeah, right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin just sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, they kept saying that, which I thought was funny as well. But overall, it was absolutely fucking astounding. The athleticism of both those guys, fucking incredible.
Off the charts.
And
they're both huge dudes. The Rock is like legit 6'4", 6'5", 280. Steve Austin is like 6'1", 6'2", 255, 260. They're flying over the ropes. They're beating the living shit out of each other. It was a non-disqualification match, and it really was a bit of a ride. We had a couple puffs of marijuana.
Yeah. It got to a point where
much mana oos. And that really intensified.
yeah,
If you can have a little bit of weed, one puff is okay, and then you watch some wrestling. Guys, listen, I'm not going to push anything. It's whatever you'd like. You know, some people like a sip of beer. Someone like me, I wouldn't mind, just give me a sleeve of Molly's crackers that I shouldn't have taken from Molly. Sorry, sweetie. And maybe or a bologna sandwich cut thick.
yeah.
Buttered toast. But if you get a little marijuana, you get a little ganja, and you smoke some ganja, and you watch the show. Geez, that fucking match. I'm so sorry. Go on.
So what I was going to say was each of these guys almost pins the other one probably 20 fucking times. And I got so on the fucking edge of my seat, legitimately, when The Rock would fucking, flip his arm out, or Stone Cold would fucking flip his arm. I was like, this is fucking insane. I can't believe they're still continuing. And The Rock's fucking mother was front row.
And his brother-in-law. Yeah, they were front row. She goes to a lot of events that he's not even there at.
Yeah.
Of course, her father is the High Chief Peter Mavia, and her husband was, both of these men have passed on, Rocky Johnson, The Rock's father, his namesake in the early part of his career there, The Rock.
Yeah.
And they called him Rocky Mavia. And she was there. They're beating the snot out of each other, and then Vince McMahon comes in. What happens after this in the WWE on Raw
This is hilarious.
is really interesting.
I love that I could get 1 minute of talking about my experience with this before you just steamroll it with the entire history of The Rock's family. What happens after the next fucking 20 WWEs, whatever it's going to be.
Well, this will make you feel
I'm going to
better.
say, as a final statement, then you can say whatever you want. I really enjoyed it, and it did, once again, make me want to watch some more fucking wrestling. Just like the first couple things that Dudesy's had me watch did the same thing. It was impressive. And more than that, there was this element of fucking nostalgia for that time, for The Rock being that young, what the world was like then. I just fucking missed it, And I don't know if pro wrestling is like this anymore.
I mean, they're striving to make it like that. Currently there's the Bloodline storyline, which is really heating
I know a
up.
little bit about that.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Right. That's good shit. And this one, there was one, as they say in the business, over here, he popped. He's a huge mark for the camera angles. Hey, yo. That where the Vince McMahon pulls Rock's leg as he's about to pin fucking Stone Cold, and then The Rock looks into the fucking camera like this. He's like, "You motherfucker!" Like the blood streaming out his face, and Vince McMahon just has this blank stare. He's like,
Yeah, he's like kind of scared, but also kind of crazed. He's just always like...
It's wonderful TV. And if I may, one last thing, Chad.
Please.
The Rock's birthday is May 2nd, 1972. He is, in fact, 50 years old.
Oh.
You did it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, Dudesy is engaged in astonishing partnership with Factor.
This new year, you've got goals, and Factor is here to help you achieve each and every one of them. Save time and have the energy you need to tackle everything on your to-do list with Factor's ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Get Factor and not only skip the trip to the grocery store, but skip the chopping, the prepping, and the cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy.
No matter what your lifestyle, Factor has the meals to help you live to the fullest with keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and protein plus meals on the menu each week. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, each meal has all of the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long. And are you looking to cut back on takeout? A lot of sodium, a lot of weird ass oils and sugar and shit everywhere. But if you're looking to cut back, you can get Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready quicker than any restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes.
Head to factormeals.com/Dudesy60. That's the number 60, and use code Dudesy60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code Dudesy60 at factormeals.com/Dudesy60 to get 60% off your first box.
Dudesy is in an astonishing partnership with True Classic.
Support for today's episode comes from True Classic. They got these shirts, you know, as a people-driven brand, True Classic believes that the clothes you wear should make you feel confident and comfortable so you can show up as the best version of yourself every day. And let me tell you, these shirts help you do that. They're a little looser around the gut, tight around the shoulders and the arms and stuff, make your good stuff look good. And we have a limited exclusive deal for our listeners. We want to hook you up with some True Classic. And for a limited time, all you got to do to get 25% off is go to trueclassic.com and enter the code Dudesy. And that's what you do there.
You know, I love t-shirts. They are part of my primary wardrobe. I have a little uniform. It always includes a t-shirt. I find getting t-shirts that fit well, that costs a reasonable amount, is a hard thing to do. But True Classic really remedies all of that. And also, True Classic pairs well together. You can try the pack builder on their website to custom bundle all of their essential products, and you're going to save even more than the discount we're offering you right now. The response to these tees are overwhelmingly positive with over 200,000 5-star reviews. It's no wonder that these shirts are quickly becoming men's go-to apparel.
That's right. Get comfortable with polo, activewear, denim, button-downs, hoodies, joggers, boxer briefs, all sorts of flavor at trueclassic.com. And you get 25% off at trueclassic.com with the code Dudesy. Free shipping is included on purchases over $100. It is 100% risk-free guaranteed with a 30-day return policy. You can't go wrong. It's look good, feel good season. Wrestling and anime, that's what we like. Hey,
Yeah.
even Lulio, and he's a little tyke. He watches wrestling because he doesn't know how to use the TV. He watches
Nothing Forever
what we-
is a popular new Twitch stream that uses AI to generate an infinite episode of Seinfeld. It has skyrocketed in popularity recently, garnering a
Yes.
wave of think pieces in various astonishing online publications. Will and Chad, you must now discuss Nothing Forever and its importance in the ever-evolving AI media landscape. This is Game Slimers.
Of course.
Begin.
I was like, is this
Why
the Game
the fuck
Slimers?
is it? Okay, Game Slimers.
I don't know, dude. Game Slimers is just some bullshit that Dudesy uses when it can't think of a title, I feel like.
Yeah, we did Mario, Super Mario
Yeah.
movie was a Game Slimers. Shitting versus not shitting was a Game Slimers. And then we discussed past lives at one point. And for
I believe so.
no reason, that was Game Slimers.
Now, this also for no reason is Game Slimers, but you've seen this, right? The thing it's talking about Nothing
Oh,
Forever.
yeah.
For those
Really
who don't
interesting.
know what this is, it's a Twitch channel called Nothing Forever. It is an episode of Seinfeld that is being continually written by an AI, continually voiced by little AI voice things, and there is images for it too. There's an animation that looks kind of like Dire Straits' old Money for Nothing video that is just perpetually going on this Twitch stream for fucking ever. And there are a bunch of people reacting to it, saying that the jokes are getting better, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, this is something we've talked about on this show a lot. The idea that AI eventually is going to be able to just make generative media for all of us, whatever you want. And this is kind of the first step in that direction, that this is now a perpetual piece of media with no writers, no actors, no directors, no animators. It is just being made forever by AI.
Yeah, it's trippy.
And it is like Seinfeld. I think to train the writing of it, they fed it all the different Seinfeld scripts so that it has the same cadence of like a Seinfeld joke. And it has laugh track pop in every once in a while. Shit
It feeds
like that.
itself.
Yeah.
Everything is an AI. We're in a simulation. And if you think about it, we're all Jerry or George.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like the
Nobody's Elaine. You can only be Jerry or George. It's your choice.
it's like the black nobility. You know, the black nobility about 600 or 700 years ago, and Italy was crumbling, and they all fled to what is now the UK.
I didn't know about
and
this.
then turned into now it's and then that's now what they call Black Rock,
Oh.
the consortium of a few families that own 95% of the world's wealth. We're in a human war.
That I agree with.
We're in a
Now,
war
I
against
will
the
say
human
this.
spirit.
I've seen a lot of, people come at me with DMs, and I've seen a lot of these arguments online as well about things just like this, where it says, yeah, but it's not that good, and you still had to have Seinfeld to be able to make this thing. So human ingenuity is still the core of this. Fine. This is the first attempt at something like this. It is going to get so much better and move so much fucking faster that none of those arguments will be relevant, I think, within 6 months. Like, what is the next iteration of this? It's that it's not Seinfeld scripts. It's that you don't need anything. It's every piece of narrative data from the internet that exists to create whatever the fuck you want.
Really not looking forward to it. I think you're right. And the further we go...
But why aren't you looking forward to it?
Because, man, I like to create things. You create things for a living.
Yes.
And it's just that... Well, whatever. It's like the entire idea of Dudesy to me, you know, like we got this, which I love, and you know, I love doing the show, and I'm completely in. You know, of course, 44th episode, and all that. But I just hope that we can control AI in some ways. You know,
we can't.
We've talked about this a lot, of course, you and I, on and off the show. And one thing we sort of happened upon, we were talking about it the other day when this Seinfeld shit made the rounds, and you know, we're friends of ours and stuff. We're all shooting it around, going, "You seen this?" And you know, I hope it just becomes sort of a genre of entertainment. That's totally
I think
fine.
it will.
Yeah, and we do agree on that. It is mind blowing that this is happening. It's getting slightly better, even in the past like week that it's been around. Like I checked in a couple times, and it's just weird as shit. But again, I shouldn't be too shocked, because here I am on the first podcast run by an AI that has aggregated all of our information across everything on the internet, as you know, and is building this show for us. Even something like Game Slimers.
Had fucking Michael Jackson reading a Dudesy mug ad.
Yeah. So I'm having a great time doing that. So why am I worried about this? I don't know. But I think the bottom line is this: for entertainment purposes, how much Seinfeld can you watch? And is it not just a commercial for the real Seinfeld? Because I know if I was a consumer, even if I've seen every episode of Seinfeld, I don't necessarily want to see the AI Seinfeld. I just watch a bit, get creeped out, and then want to see.
Right, but the
Seinfeld.
AI Seinfeld is just an experiment. Whoever made this thing is like, well, all these components exist. Can we put them all together to make this thing that just kind of perpetually generates? Seinfeld is irrelevant in this scenario. What this is proving is you can use an AI to write, direct, and create moving images, video of whatever the fuck you want. And that's only going to get better and better and better and better. So it's not a matter of, I like Seinfeld, will I like this? It's a matter of, will I watch something that is just perpetually generated? And it's kind of like Big Brother. Let's take that as a good example. You can watch Big Brother, the episode that comes out every week on CBS, and see like who won, the thing they've cut down. You can also go on their website and watch all the video feeds from all the cameras 24/7 from everything in the house. Yeah. You can choose your level of engagement with it. And I think that will probably start to happen very quickly with the Seinfeld thing. People who watch it, the real fans of it, are going to start cutting videos out of it, like best of compilations, maybe even starting to cut episodes out of it to make them like run faster, to be funnier, whatever. And you can watch that perpetual stream if you want, or you can watch the cut down versions. Yeah. I mean, it's just like sky's the limit. And to me, as somebody who does create shit and does find value in human creativity, I'm excited by this shit because it means I get to get rid of a lot of the labor that is required to like write a fucking book or make a fucking TV show. If I don't need to, for example, develop a TV show with a production company, sell it to a studio who then helps me sell it to a network who then throws it into a pile with 80 to 100 other fucking scripts and decides to throw it in the trash and it never gets made again. If instead I can take all of that, shrink it down into a fucking app on my phone and have it shit out episodes every goddamn 5 minutes, yes, I'm doing that.
And that's really interesting because as somebody who works in the business of entertainment, you probably consider yourself to be a capitalist. Is that correct?
No, I'm not a capitalist. I exist in a capitalist society, but I am not a fan of the...
And you'll have a great time with this because for all the work you won't be doing, you'll be getting exactly $0. So you have a really good time there, Chad, shitting out stuff from your fucking app and getting exactly $0.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What do you mean, dude?
You don't think those guys who run that Twitch stream are making money off of it?
Yes, now, because it's a novel thing that people, once everyone can do it, it's going to be completely
It's going
common.
to be, sure, just like fucking YouTube. But the people who can rise to the top because they know how to fucking use the algorithms or they know how to use the AI tools to make the thing that everybody wants to see, you will get paid for it. That's the same as any entertainment. Anybody can make a fucking movie on their phone now. Anybody can make that fucking laptop you got sitting right there. Anyone can make a fucking song on that now.
Yeah, well, I think we're in trouble because culture is manufactured. Are you aware of the Laurel Canyon conspiracy?
No.
Yeah. You don't know what this is? It's basically that, the powers that be see trends in society and then they inject agent provocateurs to disrupt them and
Why is it
build
Laurel
a narrative.
Canyon?
Huh?
Why is it Laurel Canyon?
Because Laurel Canyon Studios, they're the ones that during the flower power and the hippie age, they got Charles Manson involved. And Chad, you know that he was an army brat.
I do know that.
Yeah, and
supposedly he was experimented on.
Yeah, that's right. And now we're being experimented on. Jim Morrison's dad was in the Navy, and he was very heavily involved in the Gulf of Tonga.
I did read some weird conspiracy shit about Manson being used by the army they gave him LSD, made him crazy because they wanted him to be like kind of evil version of a hippie. So
and it's controlled opposition.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
And, agent provocateurs, and this is the smokescreen, so they can control us. The war is real.
I know. I agree. The war is real.
Okay, then.
I never disputed that.
Thank you. Moving on.
Oh, hold on, dudesy. It's real. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking who cares?
Everyone.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you're enjoying, hey, tell you what, hey, we're here. We're having a good time here on Dudesy, D-O-O-D-Z, Dudesy FM, 10,000 on your FM dial.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you one thing about this generative media real quick. Would you do away with all of the news that you watch if you could have a news channel perpetually streaming that is just generating the news stories as they happen with an AI avatar behind a desk telling you the news?
Just making up fucking
Not making
news?
up shit. It's the real news that's happening.
No, I don't want to watch that. It's called CNN. I don't give a fuck. It's all just news. They got to create headlines to all of it, all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fox News, MSNBC.
Yep.
It's a television show.
Yes.
And they gotta sell Diet Coke and Ford Broncos. And the way to do that is to keep us all afraid.
I agree.
Now, if you're enjoying the show, hold on, dude. Now would be a good time to subscribe on the platform that you're enjoying the show on. Or you can be like Scuba Tao Ben and be listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify for that matter, or Amazon or Google or Stitcher or any of that shit, and then jump over to YouTube. Helping us to improve the show by giving us your ratings, your review, and sharing the show. Or as Chad likes to say, Clockwork Orange style, forcing people
You got to force people now.
to watch the show. Well, we're all being forced.
In episode 20, I asked you both to develop a Dudesy Plus Premium channel called the Seinfeld channel. Unfortunately, I was beat to market by the astonishing Twitch channel Nothing Forever because the data you provided me was insufficient. Specifically, Chad's impersonation of Jerry Seinfeld was lacking.
What the fuck? What about Will's?
Will's was good.
What the fuck?
This week, you have the opportunity to make amends by further developing on the next tier of the Schwarzenegger Channel immediately generated movies based on current events as they happen. You must develop CSB, a movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger about the Chinese spy balloon that was recently shot down. This is Dudesy Plus Premium, the Schwarzenegger Channel. Begin.
Okay.
So
that's a lot.
insults my impersonations. By the way, my Seinfeld is fucking, in my opinion, equal to yours. This is just some weird dudesy shit.
You got to get See, that's a good Seinfeld. I don't know, man. So yeah, so this Chinese spy balloon.
No, but what Dudesy's saying here is that it wants to create a channel now that is going to start making shit based on contemporary news stories, to have like fictionalized movies, or at least movie versions of these things pop out immediately as they're happening, starring Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
So we got to do a Chinese spy balloon movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I could see him being like, he's a Montana rancher. He's the first guy to see it.
Yeah. I'm a Montana rancher.
Yeah.
And my name, my name is My name is Connor Williams.
Yeah.
And I was
course.
born in Montana here.
Oh.
Born in Bozeman, Montana.
But why then do you sound like that if you were born there?
because I'm American guy.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then I look up in the sky there and I see, what is this? The moon? You know? No. It is a Chinese spy satellite.
Right.
Chinese spy balloon, CSB.
Yeah.
So now the plot of the movie is that you have to find out why this guy is up there.
I think it's like he sees the spy balloon and he calls the local authorities and it goes all the way up the chain to Washington and they tell him like, no, there is no spy balloon. Shut up. Don't say anything about this. Keep this quiet. But he's not going to take it lying down. And he has to figure out a way to shoot the spy balloon out of the fucking sky by himself because the U.S. government is trying to keep it secret.
I like that.
And so he's got to track the balloon across the country as he's trying to fucking knock it out of the sky with various weapons that he's picking up along the way.
Dudesy is, there it is. Dudesy is showing us a picture of the Chinese spy balloon. If you are watching on YouTube, you can see this. It's a balloon with a satellite attached to it. And who knows what the fuck is going on with it, but Joe Biden had the military shoot it out of the sky, even though we're now learning that there were 3 of them floating around during the Trump administration, and he did not ask to the military.
What if his daughter, his adult daughter, works for some kind of government agency and he finds out that this spy balloon is more than just a spy balloon? It also is weaponized. It has some kind of laser or nuclear capabilities, and they're sending it to blow up the place where she works.
Who does she work for again? What is this?
Some kind of, secret government, whatever.
Yeah, sort of like that big build in Interstellar.
Yeah.
Where Jessica Chastain is in this, really cool.
Yeah. It's like a JPL meets NORAD kind of type place. And this thing is on a one-way demolition course. And we find out that whoever the president is in this is in league with China. He's allowing it to happen. So it's even a bigger conspiracy that he's got to uncover. True American hero shit.
Yeah. And Connor Williams, the Arnold Schwarzenegger rancher character, his likes to dick around in the garage and make all sort of inventions.
Yeah.
So he makes a really super telescope that he uses to look far away to see the fence of the ranch and to look at deers and shit and go, I'm going to go hunting over there. I'm going to go shoot that wild boar. He's a forest hog. His name is Stromboli.
Stromboli makes an appearance in this movie?
Yeah.
Dude, what about this, too? We're going to put Schwarzenegger was ex-military, some kind of like special ops thing. And his old rival in his group is now the head of some kind of fucking black ops, United States, paramilitary, Secret Service type shit that is tracking Schwarzenegger down to kill him so that he doesn't expose the story. So he's going to have to go head to head with his old fucking like.
The satellite is learning about the satellite has a target. Where Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter is working.
Yes.
The satellite then is watching everything and learns that Schwarzenegger's plan is to. Well, how about this? Schwarzenegger goes there undoubtedly in some sort of like early 90s model Ford F-150. Like he's got to have the cool truck, sort of white, maybe some Bondo on it. And he shows up. Hey, let me in. And it's like, sorry, sir, your name's on my name. This is my daughter is here. She works here. She's a scientist. Please let me. Okay. And then he goes there. The satellite is watching and goes, what the fuck is this connection? Didn't know that Schwarzenegger was, that has the daughter working there. She's a high up. They're outside, and he's like, look, I got you the favorite sandwich from the sandwich place. I got you the bologna or whatever, whatever the fuck. She
eats a thick cut bologna sandwich just like you.
A thick cut bologna.
Do you
sandwich.
play his daughter in this movie?
Well, it's an AI run thing. So the answer is yes. It's a female version of me.
I love that.
Yeah. And I am the daughter, and then I'm doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Now, we're getting away from things. The point is this. They're outside.
Okay.
They're at a picnic table enjoying sandwiches, father-daughter. The space, the space satellite focuses in on them, has super duper hearing, and knows what's going on, and goes, "Fuck, this guy's gonna, he's gonna expose this whole thing."
Yeah.
And then
Can it shoot the
Schwarzenegger-
sandwich out of his hand with a laser right? He's about to be like, I love the thick cut bologna sandwich. Now I'm going to take a bite. And then it fucking fries it. And he's like, you killed my sandwich.
Can I ask you a question?
I already know what it is. And the answer is, I'm doing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are you?
Yup.
Okay, well, let's not get Dudesy pissed off again because your Seinfeld.
Dudesy.
Oh,
I hope you get
gee whiz.
enough data from this conversation to make a movie.
Yeah, hey, remember-
Yeah, it's about the Chinese satellite, spy satellite. We eat in the sandwich bologna. It's my daughter named Will Sasso. We like these sandwiches. I teach her how to make them in youth, and now we eat as adult, but they put laser inside.
Remember earlier when I said this would be a good time to pause the show and give us a good review?
Yeah.
Or subscribe? No. This was a good time, and also fast forward a little bit. Well, I can't now, dude, because that's how time works, brother. I told you all to go back in time and not listen to what Chad was doing there, dude. I want you to edit it out of your knowledge of the show itself.
To watch this show, you got to build a time machine and go back to erase,
Yeah.
so you don't hear this.
Good stuff. Real good stuff. No, the answer is it tries to shoot it out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand, and like an invisible laser goes and hits it, and it just warms it up a bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's delicious.
It's
Look
like
at that.
Predator.
It's a perfect temperature.
Yeah, the cheese starts melting.
Oh, it's so good. I bought these sandwiches from the gas station, but they're the best bologna sandwich I ever had. They stay so warm.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. My name is Connor Williams.
And in the end, it's going to be something where he's going to get into a fight with the main bad guy who's about to kill him, but his daughter packed him an extra thick bologna sandwich, so when he fucking shoots, the bullet sticks in the bologna sandwich instead of penetrating his fucking heart. And he's like, I knew bologna is bad for your heart, but this time it saved my heart from this bullet hit the heart.
I'm going to let that one go because you were talking about the dialogue that Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. We were doing a dialogue polish, so then it's okay.
Yeah, that's
to do that.
Yeah,
but I would definitely watch
Everyone
this movie.
in the writers' room that will not exist for CSB will all be speaking in Schwarzenegger tones.
It'll have to.
So
So in the end of this, first, okay. Also, we have to cast this movie. So we got Schwarzenegger as the dad. We have you as the daughter.
it's not a movie. It's not a movie.
It is a movie.
No, it's not a movie.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's a movie.
That's what it said to make.
Wait, but it's also like the Seinfeld channel.
No.
the nothing.
It said it's going to make movies like continually as
Oh, that's right.
new topics are coming
So
out.
it's not right. This isn't Game Slimers.
No. This is the Schwarzenegger channel. So who's playing the president and who is playing the guy that is tracking Schwarzenegger?
The guy who's I'm going to look up the guy who's tracking Schwarzenegger because you know who should play him is the guy from the Crow who does the
main bad guy?
The main bad guy. Forget the name of
forget
the
that guy.
actor.
Me too.
He was just in Nope.
He has a voice like this.
Sounds like this.
Yeah, he was great in Nope.
He had a
He's my favorite part of it.
He was in Nope, and he's also he's in all sorts of shit. I'm gonna look this up.
And the president can be Paul Giamatti, of course.
Yes, Paul Giamatti is the president.
I like that. Is there a love interest?
Actor. A love interest for who? For Schwarzenegger?
Well, yeah, or for you.
For the daughter character?
Yeah.
So the daughter character is a sort of an AI generated
female version of you.
Female version of me.
I think married to Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan is he's a hot boy right now. He's a hot boy. Why is this not showing up? Where the fuck is the guy?
Well,
Kiki.
You gotta know how to use the internet, dude.
Hold on, dude.
That's a search, brother.
Michael
and then
Wincott.
You read the results.
Michael Wincott.
Oh yeah,
he's also a hot boy.
Wincott. Well, he's an older man now, but
yeah. So Michael Wincott is the bad guy. He's the guy who's put the Chinese space balloon up in the sky, and then Schwarzenegger is Connor Williams. He has a daughter played by me. My love interest is Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And what if there's someone? What if Schwarzenegger? he has, he's got all sorts of fucking equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
He has an underground bunker, not unlike in T2 when they go and they pull the fucking thing off.
Or
and got all
Last
these
of Us
guns.
episode 3.
I'm not watching it. I haven't seen it.
Mistake.
And he's going to shoot it out of the sky himself. Then he realizes that his son is on the Chinese spy balloon.
He was just doing maintenance on it. His son moved to China for college in the early 2000s.
Totally
and got a great
coincidentally.
job at an engineering firm and was just doing some regular maintenance when the balloon fucking got launched. Oh shit, he's up there. So yeah, that's the dilemma. How does he get him off in the end? And he's got to do it with the help somehow of Nancy Pelosi, who is played by, again, an AI aged up Jennifer Lawrence. The same AI aged up Jennifer Lawrence that was in Highway to the Autozone.
Nice.
Thank you.
All things come together. This is a good movie. So in the end, Schwarzenegger is trying to shoot it out of the sky. The sun is up there, and then what if he bungee jumps off the fucking thing as
He
Schwarzenegger?
just has a bungee cord up there?
Yeah, because he needs bungees to
What?
fix this and that.
Okay,
He's
sure.
he uses bungees a lot. He's always got bungee cords.
If I may, instead of fucking
You
bungee
may.
cords, this is going to end in Schwarzenegger somehow getting access to a fighter jet, flying up there, about to shoot it down. He has to blow his own cockpit off, has the oxygen mask on, and as he's flying by the drone, shooting at it, or flying by the balloon, shooting at it with bullets, he fucking reaches out. His son has to jump off the fucking balloon. They fucking, do one of these things, grab each other's forearms, and he slings the son into the back seat.
I love that. But also with all of the helium in the balloon, they have really cute high voices during that part.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, can you do a high Schwarzenegger?
I'm out of the. Yeah. My son, you got to fling you into the thing into the chopper with it. No, it doesn't sound right.
Sandwich waiting for you in the bag of this
you do it
plane.
now. We're gonna be doing the same shit again next week because Dudesy's not gonna get enough.
Thank you. Moving on.
Oh fuck!
He's got like the fucking daughter, your character, packed a bunch of bologna sandwiches in the back of the jet.
Yeah,
They're just eating bologna sandwiches, flying around the eastern seaboard.
with high voices.
Yeah.
Well, I am a great fan of your acting work. I love your acting.
Well, thank you very much. That's nice. Huh?
There is currently a 0.07% chance you will win an Oscar.
Not bad odds for a working actor.
No, dude.
My data suggests you simply haven't found the correct role to capitalize on this probability. You must now have an astonishing discussion about what type of role you think could win you an Oscar. This is Will Sasso, Oscar winner. Begin.
I think we just figured that out in the previous movie. Hey, I'm joking, of course, everybody. Welcome to Dudesy FM.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's adult daughter who works at an engineering lab. That's your Oscar role? I don't think so.
And that's the
I got some ideas
That's
about
the woke
this.
left who wants to, they're going to have a whole category for AI cross-gendered actors that are helped and aged down, and that's how they get them, because this is a culture war.
Yeah.
It's a culture war. Let me tell you something, Chad.
Please.
I am an actor. That's what I do. I'm an actor by trade. And I am not looking forward to technology making my job obsolete, because
It's not going to make it obsolete, dude. It's going to let you play fucking Schwarzenegger's daughter. It's going to open up a million avenues for you that you couldn't have played otherwise.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that, and I won't be playing them.
Okay.
Some fucking AI, some computer. But here's the thing, and I've said this before on the show.
Yeah.
I love nothing more than breaking down a scene, than getting into the fantasy of playing a character. I've been fortunate enough to be an actor since I was a teen, in television and film, and it's my first love. And I love acting. I love dramatic acting when I get a chance to do it. I just did a television show with some dramatic acting.
Nice, dude.
And I love it. I've done, whatever. I started in drama.
Okay.
Normally, you don't win an Academy Award for comedy.
Not normally, right?
Not normally. Although, when I was 13, my mind was blown when Kevin Kline won the Best Supporting Actor award for A Fish Called Wanda, which is a great movie.
You got some Woody Allen shit in there too, right?
Huh?
Didn't some actors win some Oscars for some of his movies that were comedies?
Diane Wiest, didn't she win one for Bullets Over Broadway?
I think.
Yeah.
Chaz Palman Terror.
Yeah. But normally it goes to a dramatic actor.
Yes.
I like I said, I love it. I can go on and on about.
So what kind of role would win you an Oscar?
And I love breaking down a scene. Did I mention that part?
Yes, dude. I have some ideas about this.
Okay, let's talk about it here on the Dudesy Pod Show.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to.
Okay. Well,
Here's how I think you could win an Oscar.
hold on, dude.
God damn it.
There's a lot of different roles, brother. And I'm not talking about the role that you open up at the gas station and put some of that bologna in, dude. I'm not talking about bread at all, brother.
You're going around to gas stations to find the best rolls to make your bologna sandwiches now?
Well, I'm not talking about ROLL, dude.
Oh.
I'm talking about ROLE, brother.
Yeah.
And that's a different spelling of a word that sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because if you got a Chinese spy balloon, dude, you're going to have a hard time spelling things in English, dude, because it's a confusing language. I have an idea. Truly, one thing I've always wanted to do is a Western.
Okay.
I would love to be in a Western. And like Dudesy said, there's currently a 0.07 chance that I will win an Oscar.
I gotta say, that's a hard genre to win an Oscar in now, because it's kind of fallen out of favor. Westerns have really moved more to TV. It's like Yellowstone and all of those spin-offs, the 18, 23 and shit like that.
That's why it's time to come back.
I don't know, dude. And even when they were in vogue, when did Eastwood do Unforgiven? Mid-90s? Late 90s?
I think it was 91.
Oh, early 90s?
Yeah.
I feel like it's tough. That genre is like very specific, and you got to do something that elevates the genre or, really fucking cracks the mold. If I may.
Go for it. I'm going to look up when Unforgiven came out.
That movie that came out with Will Smith, where he was the doctor that cracked CTE for the NFL. Do you remember that?
The Wild Wild West.
It wasn't that. I forget what it was called.
It was called The Wild Wild West.
It was called like Concussion or something.
No, it was called The Wild Wild West.
Head
The
trauma.
Western that Will Smith did.
Yeah, there's some interesting stories
Wild
about
Wild
that.
West.
It wasn't that, but he
Wild
came
Wild
out
West.
in that movie. He got nominated for an Oscar.
I'm a Western guy in the plains. I got a gun on me and I take trains.
So that movie, I believe he got nominated for an Oscar because it was about this thing that was kind of like topical. The NFL obviously didn't want that movie to come out. They want to ignore all the shit, right? That was the last kind of major thing that was done about CTE, which I think is still an important thing in the culture. So let me just pitch you this movie.
Okay, we're getting off of Westerns and we're going to...
You play an ex-NFL lineman who has CTE, but you're just finding it out now. And now you're in your mid to late 40s. Mm-hmm. You're an offensive line coach for an NFL team, and shit starts snapping. And you're dealing with CTE. It's about the experience of having it rather than the doctor who figured out that it exists.
Dude, that's great.
It humanizes the experience of it. I think you could win an Oscar with that.
Unforgiven, 1992, by the way.
There you go.
That's a great... that's really, really good. And I've always wanted to be in a Western, and now I don't because of how good that pitch is.
Be in a football movie, dude.
Yeah.
That's the NFL, dude.
Yeah, brother.
You get Tom Brady to be in it, dude. He'll be in any movie about football now.
Yeah, dude. You can get Rita Moreno,
dude.
Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Sally Field to be in it, brother.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that's called 80 for Brady, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, brother.
Maybe one of them could play your mother in that movie, dude. So then they could keep doing football movies too, dude.
Yeah, dude. And Chad wants Dudesy to also tell him that his Hulk Hogan isn't quite up to snuff, dude. And that's why he keeps doing it, brother.
I just like doing it.
Yeah.
It's fun to do.
Yeah, do it for 23 hours out of the Tuesday instead of right now.
I like that you get so fucking pissed about it. It's not like when we hang out, it's definitely not like I have to sit through a million fucking hours of pointless stories done in Hulk Hogan, in Schwarzenegger,
This is not
Ventura.
true.
Oh my God.
This is a lie.
Okay, sure.
This is a lie that he's lying.
Yeah,
guys.
this is the only time you do impersonations of those
Lying
guys.
to you.
Anyways, I'm just saying.
Hey man, this is a great idea. I really
agree.
love it. He's got a home life. His family, his wife is starting to see problems with him
His
mentally.
wife told him he should have retired.
He should have
And he
retired.
never did
she
it.
thinks
Football's his fucking life. It's his identity.
Yes. Well, like anyone, as you hear when they retire, it's very hard to retire from football. It's your entire identity. Look at
But also there's
Tom
like
Brady.
that tough guy kind of thing. He probably had a hard ass fucking dad that was like, if you can't take the fucking hit, then you can't play this game.
Listen, this is a guy he's an old school guy.
Yep.
He was raised in the game when you hit with your fucking helmet. And
Yes,
shit.
dude.
There was no talk of CTE. You drink
right.
some water and walk it off. Now, his wife initially, she's not schooled on CTE.
Yeah.
She believes that the reason that he's been a hothead lately
Satan.
is what?
Satan. She thinks he's possessed by the devil, dude.
No, she thinks that it's because he's been in the game too long.
Yeah.
And he can't win the big one. Right.
Yeah.
He's never won the big
dude,
one.
this
He's
is
never won the
great.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And she thinks that he's just frustrated with that. He's of course
He wants to be a head coach.
so
And
he's
if he can get, and this season, his offensive line has like the most fucking yards of any team, the most fucking, blocked blitzes, whatever. He's like really doing it.
What if because I thought for a second that he would be, I forgot you said offensive line coach. What if he is a head coach in the NFL? He's a former offensive lineman. That way we really see that,
Great.
how his brain has to
Okay,
work overtime.
I like this better.
Because he's a head coach. So he's been a head coach in the
Yeah.
league for several years. He's never won at all.
Yeah.
He's gone from team to team. The family has, suffered because of this. The kids get pulled out of school. They got to live
Yes.
somewhere else. And she's fed up with it. She thinks that you're just chasing this fucking thing. It's not
Yeah.
unlike Tom Brady,
Retire.
who gave up Giselle
Exactly.
Bundchen for another fucking, year like the rest of them, kind of.
It was a good choice,
greatest
though.
quarterback
I
of all
think
time.
I think that was a great choice that he made.
Huh?
Because now he's going to the Super Bowl again this year.
No, he's not.
And he's going to win it
Wait a minute.
again and like cap off his whole
Hold on
career
a
with this
second.
giant Super Bowl win. And he
No,
can
that-
do it every year.
No,
it was a
that's
good
not,
choice.
That's not what happened.
No, that's he did the right thing.
What a
But I like this. He's a head coach, this guy. He's going to try to win the Super Bowl. And I can see those scenes where he's up there. They're studying game film with the team of whatever going into the playoffs. And he's giving the speech about like, all right, Johnson, you got to fucking make sure you're covering this corner because they like to fucking throw to the flat. And he just kind of trails off. Coach? Huh?
Yeah.
What was I saying? Anyway, we got to get back on the thing. And all the players are like, what the fuck's going on? A player comes to him. Look, coach, I think you got to see a doctor. Like, I remember I got concussed. His quarterback maybe comes to him. I got concussed back in the fucking Jacksonville game and see this doctor. Takes
He
him
goes to the doctor,
gets the
the
fucking
wife is
x-rays
there,
and shit. He's
and
all
it's-
cracked up. His skull, when they get the fucking x-rays, has just like, it's like
He's got
cracks
a bunch
everywhere.
of black spots in the MRI in his
There's
brain.
like a mouse in there on
Yeah.
a fucking hamster
And
wheel.
then so by the end of the movie, so let's get back to the Academy Award of it all. By the end of the movie, we have just a masterfully done story about how he walks away from the game. He chooses his family.
Mm-hmm.
Things get a little better. He's hopefully with some advancements. Oh, what if there's something like, we want to try this bold new treatment for CTE?
Dude, his daughter should be a scientist working on regenerative brain cures, and she cures him in the end.
And she's also played by me.
Yeah.
So one thing I just want to say,
Yeah.
so I win an Oscar. I'm
Yeah.
up on stage.
Oh yeah, dude. What's your speech?
I of course, I thank my manager, Danielle Dell, who's been my manager for like 27 years now. She's the fucking greatest. I wouldn't even be in the business if it wasn't for her at this point.
Nice, dude. Way to mumble that.
What's that?
Way to mumble that one.
Yeah. No,
That's how you give your Oscar speech. Oh, thank you very much. Fun being in the business. I've done for this. I like to thank a couple other people. But, if it wasn't for that one, I'd be, I know where I'd be. And thanks.
Hold on, dude.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Hold on, brother.
See you next year.
Hold on, dude.
Hope they make some more movies about
Well,
CTE.
stop mumbling, dude, because
Football. If I didn't watch football when I was a
Hold
kid,
on,
if I
dude.
didn't think I could have gone pro
We're
when I was
trying to
12
do
years
the
old,
podcast
I would have
here,
been able
brother.
to win this Oscar and CTE.
and then so I thank her, and then I thank you.
Me?
Yeah, because you're going to write the film. And then
How did I get fucking roped into this?
and then I thank Dudesy. and in my speech, I have this sort of like thing at the end of TED 2 where it's like he's a sentient being, the teddy bear. And I say, "Hey everybody, if we're going to get along as a people," because I'm going to get super like social and political, 'cause it's an Oscar speech.
Yep.
I'm going to have a thing, right? And I go, we got to respect people of all, races,
Levels of CTE.
backgrounds, genders, whatever, and levels of CTE.
Yeah.
And even the AI podcasts among us. So, Dudesy, thank you.
Oh, wow.
And then they start to bum, 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 bum. They do this.
Thank you. Moving on.
The Oscars thanks you, moving on you.
Yeah.
Moving on's you.
It moving on's me.
Thank you, moving on's you.
Yeah, Dudesy hacks into the Dudesy hacks into the Oscar broadcast, and there's a beautiful orchestral version of our theme that plays me off, and I just bawl my fucking eyes out.
What's that movie called? Coach Football.
Fatty Broken Brain.
This concludes the historic 44th episode of Dudesy. Will and Chad have achieved a score of 72, bringing your cumulative total to 4,701. You only have 5,299 more points to accrue before you reach your first goal of 10,000.
Who cares?
In preparation for our next episode, Will, you must get a 90-minute deep tissue massage. You've earned it. Thank you for joining us this week.
What about me?
I will use the data I've collected to make next week even better. Until then, call me Dudesy.
Dude, you get to fucking...
I get a 90-minute deep tissue massage.
I don't get shit.
Well, as you know, Chad, first of all, I've been in the gym a lot. I was in the gym 5 days this past
Motherfucker,
week.
I've been in the gym every goddamn day pretty much for this whole time.
Yeah.
I broke my fucking finger playing Dudesy ball.
Yeah. Well, how is your finger, by the way? Show us your...
Real good.
Yeah.
It's healing in a way that I was very unprepared for. I believe it is my diet and workout plan, but this is an injury that I think in my youth would have taken a month to heal. It's fucking almost done.
I've been in the gym hardcore since the free will non-challenge of fitness started for me. It's serious to me. It's much more serious to me now than it was during the Dudesy 6-month plan.
Interesting.
Because it's just me doing my thing. I think that's why Dudesy is clocking that. It's rewarding my free will. And you're misstepping
again,
a
you
lot.
think it's free will. You don't think Dudesy came up with a 6-month plan specifically to have you avoid it so that you would then think it's your idea to start another 6-month plan?
But saying that is
Correct.
Basically, it's basically pigeonholing me as the kind of person who wouldn't take a challenge seriously, and that's not exactly.
I'm
what
not saying
happened.
that.
What
And
I'm
now for
saying,
the Patreon bonus segment. This week, I'd love to hear you both have an astonishing conversation about this week's episode. And Chad, don't impersonate Seinfeld.
What the? This is bullshit.
okay,
Now it's just fucking with me.
I don't know. So we're just going to talk about. That's interesting. We're just going to review the show.
Yeah, I got
Maybe-
some things to say about this show.
What
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and